Lil Wayne, who is facing 10 years.
BBN. I was busy laughing at something, so y'all gotta mind me. Yo, that Ha Ha Davis dude is funny as shit. I just want to say that real quick. Ha Ha Davis. So I was looking at a skit. Ha Ha Davis did. Hold on. We gotta stop for a minute. There's a couple of things. Wait, hold on. So today, tonight we're gonna be discussing Young Thug and Jay-Z, but there's a couple other things we're gonna talk about also. But before we get to any of that stuff, yo, Ha Ha Davis got this skit where his moms tell him to get her phone out the purse, and he's pulling that. Yo, that was good. I really enjoyed that skit. I don't know what else to tell y'all. The skit was lit. With that being said, how's everybody doing today? I hope everybody had a beautiful day. With that being said, before we even go any further, I just want to tell y'all we're gonna be discussing. Young Thug said that he has more hits than Jay-Z. He kind of backed up off of those comments, but I wanted to discuss that. I thought that was a good hip-hop thing for us to discuss today. And I put out 2 videos today. I'll show you the videos right here real quick. Pardon me. David shit was funny as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you. We put out 2 videos today. One was a Meek Mill's video explaining why he gave them kids the $20. I'm gonna go over that also because he said exactly what I told y'all. I'm not even gonna say this is another thing I was right about. It was another thing I was right about. And Lil Uzi Vert tells Pop Hunter that he wants him to take him off of a song. I want to discuss that also because I want to know, is there a limit? Is there a limit to like this whole snitching thing? Like, is there a limit? Like, if a kid tells the police and the kid is like 6 years old, do he have to live the rest of his life being called the snitch? I'm curious. If a kid's 10 years old and tells the police something, do he have to live the rest of his life labeled as a snitch? If a kid's 8 years old, do he got to live the rest of his life labeled as a snitch? I'm just curious. I want to discuss that also. With that being said, hey, look back there. Look at the sun. Look at the sun. Look at the sun. Boom, buildings. Let's go over the drops from earlier real quick. Also, Saloon is open. That's 1. 2, we're trying to get 6 to 8 $10 drops to the Cash App. 6 to 8 $10 drops to the Cash App. Let's call out the drops from earlier. I'm not gonna call out the gag drop. Shout out to Brooklyn with the $4.99 drop, and shout out to Tiandre Willis Sr. with the $10 drop. Definitely appreciate you guys. You guys are all the best. All of you guys are the best, by the way. You show up, you like, you comment, you subscribe, all of that shit. It's just absolutely incredible. I'm really happy that any of you do these things. Shout out to Watts Games officially becoming a bag swinger. Also, we have to fix the Discord. The Discord will be fixed. I'm so sorry that it's taking a minute. It's just taking a minute. I'm sorry about that. Also, I think that I have to start carrying cash on me because I'm feeling like a way when people ask me for change and I literally don't have change to give to them. Like, I'm feeling a way. Like that kind of make me feel bad. Like, not that, you know, whatever their situation is their situation. I don't know what they're going to do with the money anyway. But point being is, when people come up and they ask me for change and I don't have change to give them because I don't walk around with cash on me, that kind of makes me feel bad. Like, I'm never feeling like, hey, I'm not feeling like that. I'm feeling more like, damn, I don't carry cash. I keep forgetting to carry cash. So, situation I have to fix. Anyway, let's do roll call. What up, James S? How you doing, my brother? He says, salute, Frost, BBN fan. What up, Watch Games? Watch Games, the newest bag swinger in attendance. Salute. Who else we got up in here? Tiandre Willis Sr. He says, yo, my brother. What up, Vado Locos? He says, Young Thug better than Jay-Z. And he has 2 betters or graders. So we're going to have that discussion. I really want to know what you guys think about this. Because not for nothing, Young Thug makes incredible music, and Jay-Z is Jay-Z. What up, DSTN? Ain't nobody calling you Dustin. I don't care what your wife says. Who else we got up in here? Flower Bloom. Okay. How you doing, baby girl? Let's go. Who else we got up in here? Mark Hernandez. He said, yo, what's good, Jack Frost? Anything. Oh, shit. We got 30 people in here right now, and we got 14 likes. 15 likes, and another person came in. Thank you for hitting that like button. I appreciate you. Who else we got up in here? Rude, don't nobody see them dots. Jones, how you doing, my brother? And Flower Bloom says, happy 2021 to everyone. I pray all of us have a better year. You know, we could start this year off by doing drops straight to the Cash App. Anyway, with all that being said, I really got to start walking around with cash on me because I be feeling bad. Like, I get it that there's probably people that think that... Let me wipe this camera off. I don't like how that camera looking wiped off. Okay. I think that's better. Yeah, that's way better. Boom. That looks like 4K now. I don't know if anybody is in here because I don't see no comments going. Is anybody y'all getting kicked? Anything weird happening? Anyway, definitely want to discuss this Jay-Z Young Thug situation. But before we get into the Jay-Z Young Thug, I want to discuss both of the videos that we had today, by the way, just to be honest with you. And the first one that I want to discuss, because it's going to take 2 seconds. The first one that I want to discuss because I had to fix something. The first one that I want to discuss because it's going to take 2 seconds is the Meek Mill one. So Meek Mill is on. If you go to the video that I put up, you'll be able to see exactly what Meek Mill said. But Meek Mill basically said, let me tell y'all what I said first, just so y'all can remember what I said. I said, when people was getting mad at Meek Mills, I said, yo, look, but Meek Mills rolled up on them kids and he asked them. He said, yo, what is this for? They kept telling him to water hustle. Remember I told y'all that? I said that. I said he asked them like 3 times. He was like, yo, what is this for? For. I told y'all. He was like, yo, what is this for? Right? He said that, right? So you saying he never said that woo back? Hold on 1 second. I got the clip. Let's listen to the clip real quick. Can we get some short buses for woo back? We're not going to kick him. Don't kick him. Can we get some short buses for woo back? I might as well play the audio anyway. Let me play the audio anyway. Right? Boom. Let's restore that out of the garbage. Let's play the audio. Why not?
Spent $100,000 last week. I got motherfuckers talking about $20. I gave.
Oh, this is the other audio.
I didn't even have $20 in my pocket. I had a black card on. My friend gave me the money.
This is the other audio.
I didn't even have no money in my pocket for real. And I probably wouldn't even have gave the young boys nothing. I know what they be on. I ain't giving no young boys no money to buy no weed. I got 2 fucking kids in the house. I don't play that shit.
I told y'all.
We came up from the gas at the gas station, carrying old ladies' bags, shoveling snow, not carrying. Support what we supporting though? What is we supporting? The water hustle. But what is we supporting? My mom been we outside water outside. My mom sold it, but we out here.
Now do you see why I just be kicking people sometimes? They be coming in here just straight lying. Homeboy just straight lied to y'all and told y'all that Meek didn't say that. I told y'all Meek said that. Homeboy just came in here and straight lied. Shout out to Homeboy. Where the lie at? Where this lie at? Woo back. Straight liar. Hey, Woo back. How do you like lying? Can we get all of the short buses for Woo back, please? He needs all of the short buses. Let's play that part again, real quick. He asks them.
2 fucking kids in the house. I don't play that shit. We came up from the gas at the gas station, mother carrying old ladies' bags, shoveling snow, not carrying. Support what we supporting though. What is we supporting? The water hustle. But what is we supporting? My mom been we outside water outside. My mom sold it.
All of the short buses. Now do y'all see what I'm saying? These dudes just be coming in here and just be lying. Niggas just be lying. That's why I just be kicking them. I be like, come on, man. I don't got time for this. What up, Charlie Champion? What up, Tyson Garcia? I be like, man, I ain't got time for this. Don't nobody got time for this. What are you talking about? Anyway, but I told y'all. I said, yo, look. What happened was Meek Mill didn't want to give them money because he probably thought they was going to get high. I looked at them kids. Them kids look like he get high. Them kids look like they might be getting high. I'm sorry, but they look like they might be getting high. I don't think, just so we can be clear, I just want to be clear about something. I'm going to let that sucker comment go through. I just want to be clear about something. Extremely clear. If you look at a kid, and if you look at anybody and you feel like they're gonna, a kid, because adult is an adult. But if you're looking at a kid and you feel like a kid might take some money that you're gonna give them to go get high with, and you don't feel comfortable with that kid getting high, I don't see that there's nothing wrong with not giving that child money. That's just me. What up, William Summersville? What up, Everett Gilchrist? What up, Emmanuel? Teasy? That's just me. I seen them kids, and I looked at them kids, and them kids look like they getting high. Not all of those kids look like they was 14 and 15. A couple of them kids look like they was like 10 and 11. If I see a 15 or 16-year-old getting high, it is what it is. I wasn't smoking weed at 15, by the way. But I had a lot of friends that were. I ain't start smoking weed at all until I was damn near like 17 years old. I'm keeping it a stack. I used to get made fun of by some of my people because they used to say I used to spend all my money on food. But you see, when you was raised on survival, you're going to spend all of your money on food. I used to spend all my money on food. I was raised on survival. I was raised on something different. It didn't make sense to me to spend money on drugs. I'm just keeping it a stack. Didn't make sense. I was sitting around watching them get high thinking to myself, you're going to be hungry later. I'm just telling you. So I looked at them kids, and them kids look like they smoke. That's just my opinion. Them people out there would know better than me. Alright? The people that actually live in Atlanta would know better than me. Anyway. And I want to talk about this Pop Hunter thing real quick. I just want to bring that up because I was right about that. I want to talk about this Pop Hunter thing, and then we're gonna get right to the Jay-Z. We're gonna get right to the Jay-Z Young Thug discussion real quick. And while we're on this, I want y'all to think of your favorite Young Thug songs, and I want y'all to think of your favorite Jay-Z songs. And then after you think of at least 10 of them, I want you to list them. All at once. Don't list one and then press enter. Then list another one and press enter. Put 10 down and then press enter. Like, 1, 2, 3, like that. Number them. I want y'all to list some of y'all favorite songs, at least a couple, 5, 6 songs, 10 maybe. I don't know how many. I don't think they're gonna allow for you to do as many, so many spots. You only can do about a certain number of characters. But give me some of your favorite Young Thug and some of your favorite Jay-Z songs. All right. With that being said, I want to know when it's too young to be called the snitch. I want to know. Because Pop Hunter, they calling him a snitch, right? Because he told when he was 14 years old, right? Right? But was he in the street? Or was he a civilian? Because if you're trying to tell me, I'm just curious. If you're trying to tell me that just because he's black, that means that he can't be a civilian, because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like they're saying Pop Hunter is black, so he can't be a civilian. So even at 14 years old, if he told, he is snitch. So what's the cutoff point? Like if somebody tell the police they 5, 6 years old and they tell the police who killed their mother or who killed their father, are they going to be labeled a snitch? And this is a real question. I know it sounds insane, but this is the world we living in. The boy was 14 years old. Was he even in the street, or was he a regular kid? What up, Queen Shot? What up, BK all day? Was he a regular kid or was he in the street? I mean, I think that this is a reasonable question. Because if you telling me he out there with the hustlers dealing drugs and all this other stuff, I get it. Get it. Can't snitch. But he's still 14 years old. So I want to know what the cutoff point is. Could somebody talk to somebody and find out what the cutoff point is? I want to know what the cutoff point is. I want to know if just because we're born black, we can't be a civilian also. I'm curious about that. Because if he's just a 14-year-old kid out there in the street, and he a civilian and he talk, all right, so hold on. So Tim Kwan says, I know a millionaire who claims all his social media stunting was for motivational purposes. Only giving kids selling water on the street $20 is very patronizing. If I have a kid, I have a daughter. She, as far as I know, she doesn't smoke. But let's say I have a young 11-year-old kid, and my young 11-year-old kid is out on the street trying to hustle to get money, and you walk up on my kid, and you honestly believe that my kid is getting high, please don't give my kid any money, and please don't buy whatever my kid is trying to sell. But that's me, a parent. That's me though. Me not wanting my kid to be outside, getting high, doing God knows what with a whole bunch of other kids. That's me. I grew up playing in abandoned buildings. I grew up catching pigeons, 4 or 5 years old, in abandoned buildings with Ernest. That was the kid that used to live down the block from me, and all them other hooligans. There's fucking little rascals out this bitch. And we grew up going through abandoned buildings when I was 4, 5, 6 years old, catching pigeons. They didn't even have no floors. There was no floors. Like we would literally have to jump to get to the next. We have to walk, jump on banisters and climb banisters, and then walk on beams where we could have fell at any moment and died. We used to go to the top of buildings where the floors falling out from under us to go catch pigeons. To go sell the niggas that got coops. That's what I grew up doing. I wish somebody would have came to us and prevented us from doing shit like that, because somebody could have got hurt. But that's what we did, and hung out on top of buildings, on the roof of buildings. That's what we did in the Bronx in the 80s. So I come from a different era than some people. So I get it. You don't think that there's nothing wrong with 11 and 10-year-olds possibly getting high. I do. If it's a grown adult, it's a grown adult. I do. Rue Jones says the boy witnessed his friend getting killed and the boy's mother made him tell what happened. I don't even understand how he's being labeled a snitch. I want to know what the cutoff point is. We're about to get to the Jay-Z conversation right now, but I need somebody to tell me what the cutoff point is. And I need to know if even if you're not a civilian, does that matter? Because if that boy was a civilian, I don't even see how he's being called a snitch. So you trying to say civilians can't be rappers? The only people that could be rappers is gang members? Is that the new shit? You cannot be a rapper unless you're a gang member. That's it. Is that the new thing? I need some clarification. That boy is 14 years old. They killed his friend. He told the police. You want to know the funny thing about it? If he didn't tell the police who killed his friend, guess who most likely would have been next? The witness. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. Yo, that nigga ain't tell the cops yet? Nah, we gotta get rid of him too, though. Tell me where I'm wrong. So shout out to Little Uzi Vert for feeling pressure because somebody called them 9 times out of 10 and told them don't do no music with him, and Little Uzi Vert followed behind whoever told him that. Just like somebody called Tootsie and told Tootsie don't do no music with him. And Tootsie, being a man, being his own man, basically told them niggas, get out of here. What you talking about? Get out of here. We're not doing. Don't you mind your business. I'm gonna mind my business. That's crazy. So that boy was supposed to just wait for whoever killed his friend to double back around and kill him. That's what he was supposed to wait for. Shout out to that shit. Anyway, that not a real shout out. That was a fake shout out. That was 100% not a real shout out. Anyway, let's move on to this Drake. Jay-Z versus Young Thug. Real quick. Who thinks Young Thug got too high that day? I'm curious. Show of hands. Who thinks Young Thug got too high that day? I'm going to be the first one to say that nigga was roasted. Who thinks he got too high? Show of hands. Let's get 6 to 8 $10 drops to the Cash App. Come on, y'all. Let's go. So Tim Kwan thinks it's okay for 11 and 10-year-olds to be out there smoking weed when their bodies aren't fully developed. Shout out to you, Tim Kwan. I'm not even gonna argue with you. You know what? They should be. You know what? They should be smoking weed. Tim Kwan probably is okay with 2-year-olds smoking weed too, right, Tim Kwan? As long as they outside hustling for water, a 2 or a 3-year-old, they should be able to smoke weed also, right? Shout out to you, Tim Kwan. You're very entrepreneurial. I don't know what to say about that. Shout out to James S. with the $5 drop. James S. walks into the saloon. All you see is smoke and 2 feet. I'm looking around for my shoes. All you see is smoke and 2 feet. He walks up to the bartender. He says, "Hey, is we open tonight?" The bartender says, "We are open." James S. He does some of the Ralph Cramden arms. He goes over to the smoking section. BBN, the smoking section. Takes the chairs down. Starts smelling the air, but we can't tell because all he got is smoke around him. We can't tell what the fuck he's doing. He sits down in the chair. He starts rolling up blunts. Shout out to James S. Shout out to William Somersville with the dub drop. William Somersville comes into the saloon. William Somersville comes into the saloon. He sneaks through the window. He sneaks through the window of the saloon. He's like nobody could see him. Everybody is looking at him though. William Somersville sneaks into the saloon. Comes in the saloon. He's looking around. He's hoping nobody's seen him. Everybody's like, "What the fuck?" He goes over to the bartender. He goes over to the bartender. He comes up to the bartender like this. "Hey, I'm gonna be sitting over there." Shout out to William Somersville pulling up in the saloon. Pulling up into the saloon, William Somersville. Dub drop. And shout out to Tim Kwan that thinks that 11 and 10-year-olds should be smoking weed and doing whatever other kind of drugs they could get their hands on. That's really forward of you. That's forward thinking. We should, get the kids high even earlier in life, right? Give them some perks, when they're still 6, 7 years old. Get them hooked on perks, right, Tim? This motherfucker. Hold on, can we stop? Can we please stop for a second and examine this guy's comment? The saloon is open and BB and West, the smoking section, is also open. Could we just stop for one moment, if y'all don't mind? Please, I want to talk about this Jay-Z Young Thug shit. But could we please analyze this guy's comment? Please, just bear with me. The more I think about this, it's so stupid. Okay. He said, who cares if they look like they smoke weed, though? We love the kids, homie. I get it. You either don't got no kids or you don't care about kids and you got them. But we love the kids. You might not know this, but before puberty and even after puberty, people's bodies are not fully developed. I'm going to tell you something. I don't want to say it because I don't want to talk negative about nobody. Hey, what up, Rose Gold? Little kids' bodies aren't developed yet. If you have a kid out there 11, 12 years old drinking and smoking, their bodies isn't going to develop. I know you don't think that that's a big deal, right? I get it. But it is. So that's terrible. Second, if you're hustling to get drugs, that's not entrepreneurship. That's desperation. I'm going to say that again. If you are hustling to get drugs, that's not entrepreneurship. That's desperation. You, Mr. Tim Kwan, is the worst type of person. Literally. This is literally, you are the worst type of person. Shout out to Tyson Garcia. He says, I'll have a whiskey and some dank. You will have nothing, my brother, because it costs $4.99 to get into the building. And $5 if you want an actual drink. And it costs $10 to get over to the smoking section unless you're invited. So, my brother, you standing outside right now, but we got a nice little porch out there. We got seats. You can look at the haters across the street screaming out, no Roger, no rerun, no rent. You can look right at them. They're right across the street. Shout out to you. We appreciate you sitting on our veranda, Tyson Garcia. But there's prices. There's prices in these places. We definitely appreciate you sitting on the veranda, though. Shout out to that. I gotta close some of these things real quick, if y'all don't mind, so I can make sure I see stuff when y'all send stuff to me. This guy gave $2 and say he want to drink and he want to smoke. How? James S. Shout out to James S. with the $3 drop. He said, "Let that man in." So James S. Tyson Garcia was sitting on the veranda. He was just sitting there, head down. He was like, God dang it, I'm getting too old for this shit. James S. comes outside with all the smoke on him. He said, hey, my brother, you just see a hand coming out of the smoke. It was just a hand. Just a hand. Came right out of the smoke like this. Hey, my brother, come on. Tyson Garcia goes inside. He's like, wow, it smells like marijuana's in here. All of the weeds. COVID price. Those are the prices it's been. Those prices ain't go up. Anyway, if those kids is outside hustling for weed, they ain't going to no damn pediatrician. They don't got no doctors, man. Alright, so let's do the Young Thug Jay-Z conversation. I don't think Young Thug. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Let me tell you what I think happened real quick as far as the Young Thug situation. I'm gonna tell you what I believe happened. What I believe happened is he was just feeling himself. I don't think he meant to say Jay-Z. I don't think he meant to say Jay-Z. He was feeling himself. And he probably thinks he's on Jay-Z's level. Young Thug has created a lot of good music. And Young Thug has been a part of a lot of dope projects. So he probably feels he's on Jay-Z's level. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, by the way. You should feel like you're on the level with the top people. Period. Like, you should feel like that's a thing that you can do. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But for him to say that Jay-Z don't got 20 hot joints, yeah, the dude in the wedding dress with the AR-15 was New Age Jerk Boy. That guy never wanted to make it. Appreciate you, Eric Mack. And I think that's the issue. Homeboy, how you gonna say Jay-Z don't got 20 hot joints? Are you crazy? First of all, I just want to say one thing. Jay-Z's going to end the damn battle with the takeover. And no matter what the rest of his songs did, he's going to win it. What up, Charlie Champion? Listen, Jay-Z's going to end the battle with the takeover. And no matter what any of the other songs did, he's going to win. What do you think is gonna happen when he plays girls, 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 I do adore. Put your number on the paper, I'll call you later. Holla at me when I come off tour. What do you think is gonna happen when he plays that? Who remembers that song? Eric Mack said Jay-Z literally had a B-Sides concert last year. I believe it. So before we even get to the whole can dude actually go against Jay-Z with his own music, I think it was insane for him to pretend like Jay-Z don't got 20 hot joints. What is he gonna do when he starts playing stuff? What is he gonna do when he plays the he said people can't sing along with Jay-Z stuff. What is he gonna do when he plays the Annie song? What is he gonna do when that song comes? Young Thug, stop, homie. First of all, I think I'm 100% with guessing the winners so far. I think I'm 100% on guessing all the winners on the freaking verses so far. I don't think I missed one. I think I've been right every single time. I think I have. I haven't actually been keeping score. But I don't remember being wrong about the verses that I spoke on. What up, Anthony Iman? How you doing? You said, oh, anything off the beat? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm going to tell you what happened. He was just feeling himself. He was feeling himself. He was feeling himself. He was super feeling himself. That's all. Hey, anybody else notice how everybody got red lights on their podcast now? We had red lights first. I don't have them now because we're not in our old studio. But do y'all realize how everybody got red lights in their podcast now? How everybody's on IG with red lights now? Who is on IG? Who had red lights first? I just want to throw that out there. Who is doing the light and change first? Jack Frost. Let's go. Shout out to everybody whether they know they got it from me or not. Shout out to everybody. What up, Sella? I would say I think he should go against Lil Wayne. You know what? Why don't he go against T.I.? He'll smoke T.I. I'll be giving T.I. so much shit. Hold on. Who you got? Young Thug or T.I.? Who you got? Young Thug or T.I.? It's the eyes for me. She an old cutie. Who you got? Young Thug or T.I.? All right, we got a lot of people that believe T.I. could take him. Okay. I think it'll be an interesting battle. I think it'll be an interesting battle. I think it'll be interesting. I think that'd be worth having. Pardon me. I think Young Thug versus T.I. be worth having. But check this out. Young Thug can't go against T.I. You want to know why? Because if you listen to what Young Thug said, I mean, if you pardon me, that's another reason why fuck what T.I. said. Hold on. Hold on. That's another reason why fuck what T.I. said. Yo, look at Young Thug, right? Young Thug is like, yo, I go at Jay-Z. T.I. was scared to go at Busta. He said they from two different generations. Jay-Z and Thug from two different generations. Right? No. Stop. Young Thug says Jay-Z didn't have 20 hits. We're not doing that. Young Thug said Jay-Z didn't have 20 hits, and then he backed up off of that. He said Jay-Z couldn't go 20 or 30 hits deep with him. That's what he said. If that person continues to lie, just put them on the timeout. Don't kick them. Just if they just continue to lie, put them on the timeout. But you understand what I'm saying? Just so we can be clear. Young Thug like, yo, I'm ready to go at Jay-Z. T.I.'s like, oh, I can't go. Me and Busta from two different generations. Expeditiously. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here, T.I. Go over there. There's a whole seat. Got your name on it. And they got a cap over there, too. It's shaped like a cone. That's your seat, T.I. Chill over there for a little while. Grown folks is talking. The hell? Does A$AP Rocky have enough music to go against a Young Thug? A$AP Rocky got bangers on top of bangers. A$AP Rocky is incredible. You said T.I. stock went down because of the clown shit. Who's T.I. supposed to be going against now? Did they even find a person for T.I. to go against? Get to your seat expeditiously. There's a seat over there. It has there's a seat. It's right over there, T.I. Don't worry about it. You can tell which one is yours. It got a hat in it. The hat is shaped like a cone. It got 5 letters. Don't worry, you're not gonna miss it. I think somebody is just going in and out the doors and just slamming the doors to be a dickhead at this point. Now, I think there's people that could go against Jay-Z. Nas could go against Jay-Z. What are you talking about? You crazy? You crazy? Nas could go against Jay-Z. There's people that could go against Jay-Z. T.I. versus Michael Eric Tyson. T.I., in my opinion, played himself because he was supposed to go against Busta, period. And there's no getting around that. As soon as Busta said, he was talking about, he was talking shit about New York dudes, and as soon as one of the New York dudes wanted smoke, now he don't want to do it no more. You want to know why? Because he think he on 50 Cent level. He think he on Jay-Z level. Not in rap, nigga. Probably with all of that other stuff that you're doing outside of hip hop, you know, on TV show, you banging, you got like your city, you know what I'm saying? You King of the South, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? I respect that. Don't get it confused. I like T.I. and I like his music. But yeah, Bree Power in the house. The sniper. I like T.I. and I like T.I.'s music. But I'm gonna clown the shit out of him about this verses until I forget about it. I'm just letting you know, I like T.I. and I like his music, but I'm gonna clown the shit out of this dude. The shit out of this dude about the verses. I'm just telling you what it is. That's just who I am. Busta wanted to smoke. T.I. got scared after he was calling all New York rappers out. He ain't think nobody was gonna call him out. He ain't think his name was gonna come up. Yeah, your name came up, homie. What's good? We over here. Where you at? He want 50 of Jay-Z. You're not good enough to get 50. Look, T.I., I like you. I like you a lot. Not that much, but a lot. Your music. You're not good enough to go against 50 or Jay-Z. You're just not. You're gonna get embarrassed. It's gonna be bad. Your self-esteem isn't gonna be able to take it. Your self-esteem isn't gonna be able to take it. Your self-esteem is not gonna be able to take it. They're gonna have to cancel your show. That's gonna be it. There's gonna be no more Expeditiously show. They're gonna say, T.I., you got smoked so bad on that verses that we just don't want nothing else to do with you. They're gonna close the door. They're gonna close the door. He gonna show up and shit to go to the studio. He gonna be like, yo, my keys don't work. You know, ring the bell. They gonna come. They gonna answer the door. They gonna open the door all the way up. They gonna be like, yo, look, T.I., man, you got smoke. So somebody was supposed to call you. Nobody called you? Shit. Yo, look, man, you got smoke so bad. So bad. We decided that show, we don't need that show no more. Maybe in about 5 or 6 years we'll revisit this. No. T.I. would smoke Blueface. I'm not even making the joke. I'm just honestly, seriously. T.I., you cannot go up against Jay-Z or 50. It's not even going to be good for your career. I know you think it's going to make you look good by saying you battled a big dog and then you lost. But even though you lost, you're going to say you're not scared. I get it, but you scared of Busta. But you scared of Busta. Scared the shit of Busta. Busta made you go back in your hole. Now you don't even want to battle a New York dude no more. Anyway, let's get back on the Jay-Z Young Thug conversation. Damn it. Let's get back to the Jay-Z Young Thug conversation real quick. 50 is not a big... What you talking about 50 is not a big dog? I told you everything that person say, just be asking for a timeout. What the hell was wrong with you? You talking about 50 Cent. You talking about 50 Cent. 50 Cent ain't a big dog. You crazy. The drugs. Now you can tell that person sells water. You can tell that person be out there in Atlanta selling water. The fuck? I don't know if they're just playing musical rooms. Come on, man. He said, yo, he was just scared. Yo, that shit is always, yo, T.I. just lost so much props to me. Like, I'm sorry. I like T.I. too, but how you gonna be, like, you scared, like, if T.I. wasn't calling out all of, like, you can't call 50 Cent out and then Busta say, let's go, and then you like, nah. You can't do that. Anyway. So who y'all got? Young Thug or T.I.? So far, T.I. is winning that one. I don't know. Maybe T.I. does beat Young Thug. I don't know. T.I. got some bangers. Young Thug got some incredible music. But T.I. got some bangers. That's a fact. We ain't gonna take that away from him. I like T.I. I think he's a little full of himself, though. I think he's a little full of himself. Come on, let's get 5 to 6 more $10 drops to the Cash App. Come on, y'all. Let's go. We having an actual hip hop conversation tonight. I'm not even lying to you. It's just like they're not even going downstairs. It's like they're just opening the door and going in the hallway, slamming the door, and then just walking down the hall, coming back, and then slamming the door again. Like they're not even going nowhere. They're just walking around slamming doors. This shit is crazy. Lex Lucas says T.I. is just afraid to be forgot about. That's all. Shaking my head. He doing too much. Eric Mack says Thugger got mixtape bangers, but T.I. got bigger hits than Thug. T.I. got some bangers, man. I like T.I. more than I like Young Thug, but there's some Young Thug songs that I heard, and I'm like, woo, this boy is bad. But I am definitely I'd rather listen to T.I. than Young Thug all day, every day. That's not even a question. T.I. is some incredible. Both of them got incredible music, but I'm more of a T.I. fan than anything else. He said Young Thug makes male purse music. What happened to the woke cast? You go call Google and tell them to open up the building we used to film in. How about that? You contact Google and you tell them to open up the building where the recording studio is. Alright? Do that. I should just kick them. Be honest with you. So I don't have to hear that question again. Call Governor Cuomo. Thank you, Eric Mack. Apparently, people think that I got superpowers or I run the government or something. He can't go against Wayne. There's not many people that could go against Wayne. Wayne's catalog is retarded. Wayne's catalog is retarded. But remember, it's still only 20 songs, but Wayne's catalog is retarded. I don't think nobody want to go against Wayne. Who you think gonna want to go against Wayne? Wayne is stupid. He had his masters. While he owned his masters, he should have went and did a versus. Right? While he owned the masters, he should have did a versus. People would have streamed like crazy. All that money would have went straight to him. You see what I'm saying? Like, niggas is stupid. And then sell the masters after the fact. If you still want to sell them bitches. Stupid. I don't understand it. Because, you know, after you do a jump off, right? After you do a jump off, versus, your streams go up expeditiously, tremendously. Shit. Your streams go up a lot after you do a versus, right? So if Wayne would have did a versus while he still owned his masters, he would have made millions, because his streams would have went retarded. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. Also, while you're at it and you're telling Cuomo to allow for the Google building to open up, also tell him to let the movie theaters open the fuck up. How about that? He sold all of their masters, homeboy. He sold all of their masters. At least that's what I'm hearing. I'm not going to just believe you. People just think I have all the power in the world. Do you see the questions people be asking me? They just think I have all the power in the world. I'm just Jack Frost. That's it. I don't run government. I don't tell buildings when they can open up and close. I can't tell people to open up their businesses. I can't do none of that. The hell? If you listen to some of these people, they think I own everything. Shit, by the time they open up that building, I might be on to some other shit and probably won't even have time to do that shit no more. Ah, dang it. I'm just Jack Frost. I don't know you. I don't know you and I don't believe you. And I'm not having this conversation with you. And if you keep trying to have it, can we just put that guy on timeouts? I don't know you and I don't believe you. Boom. 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 The 600 dropped today? How did Trump do that? Alright, so who do you let's get some answers right now. Who do you think would be good to go against Young Thug in a versus battle? Who do you think could be good to go against Young Thug in a versus battle? I'm curious. I'm curious. Once again, who do you think will be a good person for Young Thug to go? Future. You know what? Hey. Mark Hernandez, I think you hit that nail on the head. Please don't spam Anthony Iman. I think you hit the nail on the head. Travis Scott, that's not bad either. Get out of here, the baby. The baby don't got enough music. Gucci already did one. Which he lost. In my opinion. But I don't know if he lost it because of the theatrics of the event or if he lost it because of the music aspect. But could have been the theatrics. Could have been the all theatrics that was going on because Homeboy was playing them. Or he was playing himself. Homeboy was allowing them. We can't have Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD is he's passed away. Come on now. Excuse me. Memphis Bleak. Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Y'all forget Memphis Bleak was nice. Memphis Bleak was nice. I don't have the slightest idea why his career didn't do better, but Memphis Bleak was nice. Yeah, Jeezy was just on some real grown man shit. So I'm not sure if he won because of the music aspect by itself or because of the way he was carrying himself. Whenever I put somebody on a timeout or I kick somebody and a brand new name come up, I always assume it's them. No, you can call him right now, homeboy. Come on. You know I forgot. Call me right now. Come on. Eric Mack. He said Meek Mill think he's Memphis Bleak because he knows Jay-Z. I used to like Memphis Bleak. Memphis Bleak had a couple of songs that I thought was hard as shit. That's a fact. I'm waiting for you to call, Eric. Memphis Bleak had a couple. Just call regular phone, man. You don't got my regular number? I don't know if you got my regular number. Alright, you gotta run out. It is what it is. Also, we are still accepting 5 to 6 $10 drops to the Cash App. Come on, let's go, y'all. Alright, so what's up, my brother? I thought you said you had to run out.
Nah, I'm gonna go out in a minute. I'm gonna go out after this.
All right.
I just put him on hold.
All right. Don't worry. I'm not gonna turn the camera around. I don't think Eric Mack was prepared to be on camera. Was you prepared to be on camera?
Huh?
You prepared to be on camera?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Boom.
Yes, you're good.
There we go. Salute.
What's good? Chat, what's good, BBN?
Salute.
It's your boy Eric Mack.
All right, so real quick, we're gonna what you got to tell us about Eric Mack?
Yeah, I was just piggybacking on what you were talking about the thug situation. I I think that, I think he like I said in the chat, I think, and actually I can't say that I got this independently from my own thought, but I had watched, I had heard that he wanted to battle Lil Wayne previously, probably like a couple days ago. And then this morning, I had watched, right when I wrapped up the article on BBNNETWORK.com about the passing of Joe Louis Clark. Right after I seen that, I had listened to the Joe Budden podcast, and they were talking to, I think Maul, I believe, mentioned that he didn't believe that Young Thug was actually alluding to battling Jay-Z. He was just using him as an example, a poor example at that, but I think he's more so talking about Lil Wayne without saying Lil Wayne's name.
Okay, so I got a question. All right, because this is my issue, just with the whole thing, just in general. Right. Him saying he want to battle Jay-Z, I'm okay with that. The issue I have is when he said something like Jay-Z, he had more bangers than Jay-Z. He was trying to say Jay-Z don't have music that the crowd could sing along to.
Right.
That's my issue, just so we can be clear. What do you think about that?
I think that is that's like a generational type of comment he made. Even back, because you remember a couple weeks ago, I think we had this conversation about Thug and him mentioning Andre 3000 and how that he said that fans couldn't say two songs or couldn't rap two verses of Andre 3000 verbatim. I think that's more so of his viewpoint that people nowadays don't memorize lyrics to that extent, to where they memorize whole verses. Of course, me and you know that people still enjoy rap verses and remember certain bars and whatnot. But I think he's more so of the melodic generation of, we just want to listen to a good music. We want to listen to a good song. We may know the chorus, and we all come back in and sing together. But we may not necessarily, or the bars are very elementary to the point where they're easy to remember, and they're not that many bars. You got an 8-bar setup, a 4-bar, a 4-bar chorus, and eight more bars. It's a lot less to remember nowadays.
Yeah, a matter of fact, I'm right on board with you with that. I think because it's more of a simpler rhyme schemes that they're using, it's not as intricate, it's not as sophisticated. Because I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. There's nothing wrong with it, but I'm saying it's not like back when even the weakest rapper was a rapidy rap guy. You understand what I'm saying? Like, even the most normalist, not the most intricately created or woven verse, it would still be a rapidy rap verse, kinda. You understand what I'm saying? And then now, not for nothing, and especially because of this whole drill music, and not just with drill music, so I don't want to make it sound like it's a drill music thing, but just with the way that rap is made now, you're right. There's less words in the sentence. It's much easier to remember, and it's like they're written in a manner so people could sing along with you, in contrast with written in a way to create dialogue.
Right.
So yeah, I could agree with that. I'm on board with that.
Exactly.
Tyson Garcia says Simple Simon bars today. I'm not gonna say that much, but I will say definitely much simpler rhyme schemes, and I can definitely see how people think T.I. is a genius because he uses the word expeditiously. Because nowadays there's a lot of its and ands and buts, and not really that many words with like with like 4 syllables and 3 syllable words and whatnot.
Right.
So yeah.
Exactly.
So do you think? What do you think about a T.I.? Pardon me. What do you think about a Young Thug Lil Wayne battle?
Like I said in the comments, even though like Young Thug's music. I would have T.I. beating Young Thug, and I would also have, in the same token, I'd have Lil Wayne beating Young Thug, just because of some of how large some of his hits were, how massive some of his hits were, and not even that, just his mixtape stuff, because I like a lot, with a lot of Young Thug is known for his mixtape stuff, but even Wayne is a father to him in that sense of how he had a bunch of that long mixtape run. So yeah, I would have Lil Wayne beating Young Thug.
I got Lil Wayne over Young Thug also. I got Lil Wayne over 95% of the rappers out today.
Okay.
I placed Lil Wayne because I remember when Lil Wayne was the hottest thing smoking. I remember when Lil Wayne was basically the showcase at all of the award shows. People forget about that.
Okay.
He was the showcase at a lot of award shows. That was hip hop oriented. So I would put Lil Wayne high on the list. Period. Just in general. Just me speaking.
Okay.
But I also know. See, this is the problem with Young Thug, right? Are we gonna add the songs that he did with other people and that's not on his album? Or are we only using the songs that's on his album? Because he has a lot of bangers that are not on his album and they're on other people's albums. Am I wrong? He does, right?
Yeah. And he has a lot of guest features. Because even I mentioned earlier in the chat, even when we brought up the Young Thug and T.I. battle, one of T.I.'s last biggest hits was with Young Thug. So with that, I don't know who would get the point in that situation, but I forget who mentioned in the chat earlier. I don't know if it was Lex Luger or it might have been Tyson Garcia or someone in the chat mentioned earlier that Future would be a good opponent for Young Thug. But I actually think Future he'd have a better chance against Lil Wayne than Young Thug would, for sure.
Okay.
But that's my opinion.
Okay. No, I mean,
I think Future has more of a few bigger hits to compete with Lil Wayne. Just off the top, I'm thinking about like that whole Monster, 56 Night. What's it called? 56 Nights or something like that. Mixtape, the Monster, the Beast Mode tape, and then Dirty Sprite. Not only that, you got he has a guest features as well with the I woke up in a new Bugatti and those type of tracks. DJ Khaled tracks and stuff like that. So I think that Future would have a better chance to compete against Lil Wayne than Young Thug.
That's a good point. Okay. Tell us about those articles that you wrote today. I'm going to put some of the articles up on the screen. The first article I'm going to put up on the screen is going to be the Joe Clark article, just so you know.
Okay, yeah. So I just saw that notification last night, I believe, and early this morning, and I decided, I was like, oh man, I got to do a story on that. That's I remember seeing that movie very young when I was a kid. I think I watched it over my godmother's house, I believe.
You talking about the movie Lean on Me?
Lean on Me, yes. With starring Morgan Freeman, and so it was just I felt like it was an important story. A black educator who was impacted a lot of people's lives to the point where he was even depicted in film form. So I think that's important. A lot of the biopics now are more so just based upon entertainment or sports. So I think it's cool to put a spotlight on the people who impacted people's lives in other ways and made it to the big screen. So shout out to and rest in peace to Joe Louis Clark, you know, and condolences to his family, and I'm pretty sure the people he's impacted will continue his legacy on.
Okay. All right. And you also recently wrote a story. Wait, hold on. Let me go see if I can see which one I want to talk about real quick. What to ask you about while you was here. The Roddy Ricch article you have out.
Right.
You could tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I initially started that story just off of going on Twitter and seeing things about reading things about Roddy, because I was seeing about he was dropping or I thought he was dropping snippets for his new project, and I heard that he had gotten a feature from Travis Scott, even though he wasn't going to be on Travis Scott's new project. He would still have him featured on his. So it wasn't a feature for a feature swap or anything, but so I was interested in that. And then when I was reading that, I saw a picture of comparison of Roddy Ricch and Pop Hunter, and I had seen the Pop Hunter and Little Uzi's story the day before, because I have a good friend of mine who's from the Philadelphia area, and he's well connected in the music scene. And I was just thinking it was something to do with Roddy Ricch, and I was like, what does Roddy Ricch have to do with Little Uzi? You know what I mean? I didn't understand who this dude was off rip. So once I did a little bit more research, I was like, okay, that's not Roddy Ricch. And then I did a little bit more research on the story. I thought it was kind of interesting, so I thought it'd be a good topic to discuss, just to go along with a lot of the topics we've discussed in the past 18 months, especially doing Tekashi and Troy Ave and certain street code discussions and ideologies. I thought that would be a good topic to have on the show.
I enjoyed the article, by the way, just so we can be clear.
Appreciate
I enjoyed the article. It was good work.
Yeah.
You killing them over here, not for nothing. We got to get more eyes on your shit. That's a fact. All right. Anything else you want to discuss before you go?
No, sir. Just touch base with y'all. I should be having some more articles coming up. Probably not tomorrow, because tomorrow I have a very, very busy day. So yeah, hopefully towards the this weekend you'll probably see some more sports articles popping up. Probably
You're killing
Friday,
it on the
Saturday.
sports articles. Hold on, before we go anywhere. He's killing it. He's killing it on the sports articles. Hold on, I want to show y'all something. I want to talk about one of these sports articles if you go. Hold on for one more second. He's killing it on these sports articles. All right, first, let me put the screen back over here so y'all can see what I'm looking at. Boom. All right, he's killing on these sports articles. For everybody, everybody in here that frequent sports, you know what we're gonna do? I want y'all to drop some comments on the sports articles, because I want to get a team together of people in our community to probably pull up on the Wednesdays, maybe, or one of the days where we could just talk about sports, and we'll do a live stream probably around 6 in the afternoon or something like that. First, tell us about this Utah young star, the running back kid that died. Tell us about that article real quick.
Ty Jordan, he's from Denton, Texas, a freshman. He was actually named, I believe, the Mountain West Conference Freshman of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, or Freshman of the Year, I believe. I don't have it in front of me. But yeah, he was just a whiz kid. He looked like he had a bright future ahead of him. He was actually from Denton, Texas, which is right outside of probably maybe 30 minutes outside of Dallas, I believe. I think my dad's out. I have family out there as well. So yeah, it's about maybe 30 minutes outside of Dallas. But he didn't go to Texas University. He decided to go to Utah, and he was tearing up the record books and doing big things this year, but I guess
you wrote right here.
home.
You wrote right here that he was the Pac-12 Offensive Freshman of the Year after running for 597 yards, 6 touchdowns on 83 carries. Damn. Okay. In 5 games.
So,
Let's go.
The Pac-12 conference. I was mistaken. But yeah, he was doing big numbers out there. And I guess he was home over the holidays and had an incident. There was no foul play, accidental gunshot wound that turned out to be fatal. But there wasn't any signs of foul play. Authorities were immediately alerted, and he passed away from those injuries. And the university and the whole program, especially the athletic director and the coaching staff, sent out their condolences, as well as plenty of players and classmates alike.
I meant to do a story, a video to go with that story today. I didn't get the opportunity. I still might, because I thought that was interesting. Also, tell us about this Frank Gore possible career-ending injury.
Oh yeah, so Frank Gore at this past weekend, he became became number 3 on the all-time NFL rushing list, behind Emmitt Smith and of course Walter Payton. So he was, he's been in the league for a while. If we have any football fans in the chat, they remember he went to University of Miami in the early 2000s, early to mid 2000s. His final game, I believe, he got injured, and he hurt his leg. So his NFL career was kind of up in the air to begin with, but he still had a long and successful career. Played with few teams, the Colts, the Dolphins, the Jets. I believe he had a stint for the 49ers as well.
Yes.
He was just always a workhorse, reliable back. And that's a testament to his work ethic, staying healthy, and just being available for the games to be able to put up those stats over 10 plus years. So salute to him. But in the last game, this previous week, he got injured. He received I believe a rib injury or a chest injury, which turned out to be a contusion, and it's possible that it could be damaging towards his lungs. And as you know, with this whole corona pandemic, that's an important, vital, thing that you need to be, conscious of, your lungs and whatnot. So, and he's up there, and he's about, he's in his mid to late 30s. So, it's things he needs to be thinking about post career. They said it might be his last game, but he's trying to be optimistic about it and hoping that he can make a full recovery from it.
All right, last one. What's up with the Dwayne Haskins situation?
Okay, so yes, Dwayne Haskins was released by the Washington football team a couple of days ago due to just his lack of production. He just wasn't able to perform on field. He had multiple chances to go out and show what he had, even to the point where, he was, even though this current team and their current coaching staff did not draft him, that was the previous coaching staff that was led by Jay Gruden, who was let go last year. Now they're under the leadership of Ron Rivera. He just wasn't able to perform on field. They had Alex Smith coming back from last year, where he completely broke his leg, and
that was ugly. That injury was ugly.
Joe Theismann level injury.
Yeah.
So he's going to be, he came back and is possibly going to be getting the most improved player of the year, because he came back from such a horrendous injury. And even in that, he still left the season season, Alex Smith has left the season with injury a couple of times this year. So Dwayne Haskins has had opportunity to start and show what he had. He actually started the season. He started the first 4 games of the season, and then he got benched. So, and then he came back after Alex Smith got injured again and still wasn't up to par. The final straw, or final nail in the coffin, was this previous week over the holidays, I believe I think I want to say Christmas Eve or the day before that. He was in a local Washington, D.C. strip club, and he was photographed without, I think he was at his girlfriend or fiance's birthday party or one of his friends' birthday parties, and he was photographed without a face covering or any protective mask, in the middle of a party. And to compound upon that, the Washington football team, their head football coach is actually going through cancer treatment right now, doing early stage chemotherapy treatments. So he's very susceptible to any infectious diseases or anything like that, because his white blood cell counts are low. So I think that was kind of the final straw. It kind of showed that he had lack of leadership, and he just wasn't thinking about the right thing. So they decided to let him go.
Oh wow. Okay, so he was just an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to that.
As they say, his the tolerance level wasn't the tolerance. Yeah, tolerance, and I think
he wasn't good enough for the problems that he was creating.
Yeah.
If he was a better player, they would have put up with more, basically, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. One more thing. I really got one more that I really want to talk about. The wrestler, the WWE wrestler.
Okay. So Luke Harper. He was like they say, a journeyman. He was spent a long time on the American independent circuit, working with a lot of independent wrestling promotions. He just got his break. I want to say maybe 6 years ago, maybe 6 to 7 years ago, maybe I'd probably say 6 years ago. Going to the biggest American wrestling promotion that we know, that is the WWF, the WWE, as we know it now. And he was a part of a faction called the Wyatt family. They were like a heel faction, of like a bad guy faction. They would beat up come out and do nefarious things, and the lights would cut off, and they would come out and just beat people up and whatnot. He was kind of a factor in that sense. Once the group broke up, he had some singles wrestling success and some tag team success. WWF or WWE, which they oftentimes do, they lost use for him. They just didn't really have a role for him on the show. They only have really so many spots, so many championships on the show, so they don't really have a lot for some people to do week to week. But once his contract ran up, he kind of just stopped performing. They let him go out of his contract. He had a 90-day no compete clause. As soon as that was up, they allowed him to go to the second wrestling promotion, the second biggest wrestling promotion currently in the United States right now, which is AEW wrestling, which is All Elite Wrestling, which comes on TNT on Wednesday nights, I believe. It's their counter programming to WWF, which comes on USA Network. And but yeah, he went to their programming. He actually became a champion very quickly on there, aligning himself with former wrestlers from WWF as well. He was doing big things over there, and then they took him off of TV for about a while. They took him off of TV maybe about a few weeks ago. There was no real explanation as to why. They didn't really say there was an injury or anything. They just didn't have him on TV. It wasn't really written in the script or anything. And then a couple days ago, it came out that he passed away. He was battling a lung condition that was not COVID related, but he was battling that. I guess unbeknownst to the audience or any of the fans, and
so basically, All Elite Wrestling, they weren't getting rid of him. It was just a situation where he probably had gotten sick, and they was hoping he was gonna come back, and he didn't make it.
Right. And a lot of these professional wrestling, or the only two major promotions are now they only film in Florida right now, because Florida is very lax on their
Florida don't care who get COVID. Keep going. Florida's wild.
Not only that, wildly enough, most professional wrestlers and retired professional wrestlers
live in Florida.
The state of Florida.
You know why though, right? You know why?
The income tax?
No, because it's warm, and you beat up and hurt, and you can't take to keep changing the weather. So that's why a lot of retired people move to Florida just in general, because you can't live up north up here because the weather keep changing and it fucks you up. You understand? So that's why I believe they do it.
That's true. So yeah, that whole area. So they've been just taping there, and kind of it's easier to quarantine, I guess, down there. But yeah, most of the wrestlers live down there, and they took him off. And but yeah, he was well loved by everyone. And just a nice guy. Everyone spoke his praises wildly. He wasn't like a locker room nuisance or anything. There's a lot of those guys who just think they're better than they are, or they just have a big head on themselves, and haven't really done much. But yeah, he was just well loved about a lot of people. He even showed up to Wale, the rapper Wale. Every year before the WrestleMania in spring, he would have like an event that would combine rap and wrestling. So rappers would come out and wrestlers would come out and coexist and party and have a good time. And he was one of the people who would come out often to those. So yeah, he was just loved by a lot of different communities. So yeah, it was a loss. Okay.
Great articles, by the way. I got to them. I thought they was great articles. I like the aesthetic qualities. You already know I like your writing. Definitely appreciate you. And if you need a couple of days, take a couple of days. I'm pretty sure that I could fill the time. I'm pretty sure that I can come up with some stuff to make sure that we can still be posting every day. So you're doing a great job, my brother. I appreciate you. Don't let nobody tell you different.
Yes, sir. All right, yeah, and tell the chat, continue to like, comment, subscribe, share. Continue to like, comment, subscribe, share these videos, share the articles. At the bottom of the article, there's a Twitter and Facebook link. Share them to those pages, or copy the links, send them out to different people, post them on your Instagram, post the videos, or usually make videos centered around the articles. So make sure you get the word out. Word of mouth is still a mother. So we appreciate y'all.
Later. Appreciate homie pulling up. I need a second. I'm gonna play a trailer real quick for 6 in the morning. Shout out to Foot in the Ass Entertainment.
I be on my grind, 6 in the morning. It be on my mind, 6 in the morning. That's why I keep that pine, 6 in the morning. When I'm on that grind, 6 in the morning. I be on my grind, 6 in the morning. It be on my mind, 6 in the morning. That's why I keep that pine. That's why I keep that when I'm on that grind. When I 6 in the morning, I get it and go. Call that a fast break. Young cash cow and all I eat is steak. The pill game been booming, you fuck boys late. Your whole team ribs touching, you the only one ain't. You hang around some real niggas, you the only one ain't. If I fuck with you, my word good as the bank.
Damn, if I knew 2 days ago what I knew right now, I wouldn't even be in this shit.
Salute to Eric Mack for pulling up. We have 2 writers right now at the BBN Network. I'm one, he's the other. He's doing great work over there. I really appreciate if y'all guys show up, pull up, leave some comments there. Leave some comments talking to the brother. Just, you know, let him know that you appreciate, that we appreciate his work. He's doing really good work over there. Not for nothing. So pull up over there, let the brother know we appreciate his work. That's always a win. Let's get back to what we're talking about real quick. And also, before we go any further, shout out to Derek with the $10 drop. He said, for whatever. Derek, let me tell you something. All right, so whenever Derek does a drop, he says for whatever, right? I'm gonna explain to you why real quick, why we still in this little semi break. Also, we're still accepting 5 to 6 more $10 drops to the Cash App. Come on, let's go. Real quick. So we have this thing over here where there's always people that they try to, the trolls try to convince people to not donate to the channel. So one day they was in here talking crazy. So I guess Derek has never forgotten about that. So every time Derek drops a drop, he tries to basically say that, you know, because they was like, Jack Frost is taking your money, and I don't know what they was trying to tell people I was trying to do with the money. At this point, y'all sending money, we paying for a hotel room, and I'm getting something to eat. I'm just telling you, I might get fly every now and then. Anyway, Make It Rain says Meek was not right, assuming them kids was gonna smoke the money away. He should have gave them anything in that case. Meek asked them what it was for. They said water. Meek asked them more than once what it was for. They said water. I'm a parent, right? I don't know if Make It Rain is a parent or not, but I'm a parent. Any other parents in here? When your kid asks you for money and you say, what do you want money for? And it seems like they don't want to tell you what they want the money for. Do you feel comfortable giving it to them? Real quick, any parents in here? I'm curious because I'm a parent. When your kid asks you for money and it seems like they're not trying to tell you what they want the money for, how comfortable do you feel giving it to them? Because Meek Mill asked them flat out, what is this for? They said for the water hustle. Oh, okay, you're not a parent. Okay, so I get it. You're not a parent, so you think it's okay that if somebody thinks that the kid is gonna use drugs, that they still give them money. I get you. Please never go around my kid. My kid don't use drugs, so it's not a concern. But please stay from around other people's kids. Ask it nicely. Please don't go around people's kids, man. What the fuck? Some people don't want their kids getting high. What the fuck, yo? Yo, let's play that Meek clip again, just for the hell of it. Hold on, let's play the Meek clip again. What the fuck, yo? And sometimes people just be saying stuff, and I be like,
spent $100,000 last week. I got motherfuckers talking about $20. I gave it to a kid. I ain't even had $20 in my pocket. I had a black card on me. My friend gave me the money. I ain't even had no money in my pocket for real. And I probably wouldn't even have gave the young boys nothing. I know what they be on. I ain't giving no young boys no money to buy no weed. I got 2 fucking kids in the house. I don't play that shit. Hey, we came up from the gas at the gas station, carrying and they gave the young boys nothing. I know what they be on. I ain't giving no young boys no money to buy no weed. I got 2 fucking kids in the house. And they gave the young boys nothing. I know what they be on. I ain't giving no young boys no money to buy no weed. I got 2 fucking kids in the house. I don't play that shit. And they gave the young boys nothing. I know what they be on. I ain't giving no young boys no money to buy no weed. I got 2 fucking kids in the house. I don't play that shit. Hey, we came up from the gas.
I'm just fair. We roasted the shit out of Meek this morning, I think. We usually roast Meek whenever he comes up. But I'm fair. I used to work in a drug rehab place, right? I'm going to tell you something. Most people that work in drug rehab places, they don't give people that ask money on the street money. I'm going to say that again. I used to work in a drug rehab center. I used to work in a drug rehab center. When you work in a drug rehab center, you don't give people money on the street that look like they got a problem. I get it that some people can't understand that. So some people are going to see an individual that see a person that got a problem or got a drug problem, and they're going to say you don't want to give them money because you're cheap, or you don't want to give no money because you think you're better than them, or you don't want to give them money for whatever the reason might be. But I'm going to tell you something I did a couple of times. One, I don't carry cash, so I can't give nobody no money anyway. Just that's what it is. I don't carry cash. One of the main reasons why I don't carry cash is because I just put my hands in my pockets and pull them out and lose money a lot. Like I used to drop $40, $50 in the street every week. It was a normal thing. So I just don't carry cash. But more than once, there's a guy that holds the door downstairs, right? At the 7-Eleven. More than once, since I don't carry cash, I just bought him something to eat. So, I'm going to say this again. When you've worked in a drug rehab place or you've been to a drug rehab place, there's a good chance that you don't give people money on the street. I know it ain't a big deal to some people, but when you see these people trying to recover, and you see them crying about their weakness, about their disease, that shit just hit different when you walk past them on the street. It just hit different. You don't think you better than them. But depending on what kind of heart you got, it hit different. I walk past people in the street that to me they look like they got a drug problem. And that shit bothered me. I ain't gonna lie. I think every day that I was never a person that sold dope. I think every day that I was never a person that sold crack, that sold cocaine, crack, dope. Those are the main drugs I'm talking about. Every day. Because you know how many of these individuals probably had a promising life until they ran into them drugs? The place I used to be at, work at, just let me make sure I say work. They had dudes in there that was like, they had this one guy in there, the nigga could draw his ass off. Like he was drawing like portraits. So, pardon me if I don't think it's a good idea to give random people money on the street if you believe they might be using that money for drugs. Especially if they're children. Pardon me. He gave them $20. Yes, he gave them $20. He supported their water hustle. See, you didn't understand the question he asked. Make it rain? So you either just don't like Meek, or you either just don't like Meek. 2, enjoy the hate that he's getting. Or 3, those other 2 things don't fit, but you don't understand what he was doing. He asked them what they was doing. They said the water hustle. So he supported their water hustle with $20 so they could buy more water. Because they was doing the water hustle. They wasn't trying to go buy new sneakers. They wasn't trying to get new clothes. They weren't trying to eat. They were trying to do the water hustle. $20 was more than enough money to buy more water for them to sell, and then double their money off of. Oh, you don't got a hustler's mentality. You probably got a scammer's mentality. See, scammers are always going to think that he should have gave them a grip. A hustler's not going to think he should have gave them a grip. A hustler listened to what he asked them and understand what was going on. Why don't I play the whole audio? I'm tricky. I purposely didn't play the whole audio because I know this rap bad. I knew you was going to say some stupid shit. So I purposely didn't play the whole audio. But I'm going to play the whole audio now. Let me play the whole audio just so we could be 100% transparent on everything.
Spent $100,000 last week. I got motherfuckers talking about $20 I gave to a kid. I ain't even had $20 in my pocket. I had a black card on. My friend gave me the money. I ain't even had no money in my pocket for real. And I probably wouldn't even have gave the young boys nothing. I know what they be on. I ain't giving no young boys no money to buy no weed. I got 2 fucking kids in the house. I don't play that shit. Hey, cuz. We came up from the gas at the gas station, carrying old ladies' bags, shoveling snow, not carrying. Support what we supporting though. What is we supporting? The water hustle. But what is we supporting?
Just so we could be clear, he said, so what are we supporting? He wanted to find out what he was going to be giving the money for. What are we supporting? He asked him twice. I replayed.
Carrying old ladies' bags, shoveling snow, not carrying. Support what we supporting though. What is we supporting? The water hustle. But what is we supporting? You can't let me one time. Shoveling snow, not carrying. Support what we supporting though. What is we supporting? The water hustle. But what is we supporting?
You don't hear the other guy? The second guy tried to help him? Did you hear the second guy tried to help him? The second person. You heard him? The second person was like trying to help him. I'm going to play it again. Don't listen to Meek, but listen to Meek's homie that's talking in the background. Listen to Meek's homie that's talking in the background. This is why I'm trying to explain to people. Over here, we're fair. I'm fair. If you want me to just ride and hate on a nigga because you hating on them, that's not going to happen. If you want me to like somebody because you like them, that ain't going to happen neither. I'm my own person, man. Listen to the person in the background. Try to help them. They was going to probably throw them kids in the car and take them somewhere. Listen to the dude in the background.
Support what we supporting though. Gas at the gas station, carrying old ladies' bags, shoveling snow, not carrying. Support what we supporting though. What is we supporting? The water hustle. But what is we supporting? You can't let me one time. What you just gave him, big bro? Don't put a hand in my car. Big bro.
People don't pay attention. Y'all be so quick to just be mad at a nigga. Be mad at somebody for the right reason, yo. If you're gonna be upset at somebody, be upset at them for the right reason. Have some integrity. Don't be upset at somebody because everybody else is upset at them. They did answer. And the answer that they got was the answer what they should have only got $20. The water hustle. He asked them again in hopes that they would say something different. They didn't. They got $20. I guarantee you if they would have said they was trying to get some sneakers. No, that was not Philly. That was Atlanta. I guarantee you if they was like they out there trying to hustle to get some clothes. They out there trying to hustle. I guarantee you something different would have happened. But you can't get it because you filled with hate. And you just listen to what everybody else say. Shout out to you. I don't know what to tell you. I'm done on that though. I'm not gonna keep going over that. I'm done on that. Just so we can be clear, I'm done on that. What else y'all want to talk about? It's already past the regular allotted time, so we can talk about whatever we want to talk about. What y'all want to talk about? Also, let's try to get 5 to 6 more $10 drops to the Cash App. Come on, y'all, let's go. I'm literally bringing stuff out and pointing stuff out that other channels is ignoring. I don't know what to tell you. They could copy me all they want, but they can't copy this. They can't copy this. My ability to listen, my ability to understand. They could copy everything else. They can't copy that. That's why they got to try to convince people that I don't know what I'm talking about. Because they'll never be able to understand. They'll never be able to break things down on the level that I break things down as consistently as I do. So they got to try to convince you I don't know what I'm talking about. They got to try to convince you I'm crazy. They got to try to convince you all of these things. Not just that I don't follow the crowd. I'm not a follower. There's a lot of things to this. There's a lot of things to go in on Meek about. This ain't one of them. There's a lot of things to go in on Meek about. This ain't one of them. Get that man his flowers. He ain't getting them kids no. Them kids look like they was getting high, man. Them kids look like they was getting high, man. They look like they get high. Let's just keep it a stat. Them kids is jumping on people's cars, man, while they trying to pull off. Them kids is holding on to people's cars and not letting them go nowhere. Y'all never seen somebody that had a drug problem? Y'all think them kids is just doing that because they kids? They not just doing that because they kids. They holding on to the side of people's cars until they give them money. I'm going to give Meek the benefit of the doubt, man. And then on top of that, Meek encouraged a whole lot of other people to go out there and start doing stuff for the community. So I'm going to give Meek the benefit of the doubt. Do I think he's full of shit most of the time? Yeah, he's one of my Meek. Whenever Meek's name come up, you know there's going to be some bullshit attached to it. But, he was not wrong in this case. In my opinion, he was not wrong. That's just my opinion, though. You could think he's wrong, though. That's your opinion. You could think that Meek should have gave $1,000 to some kids that's out there that might use that money to go get high, so that some of them could OD. No, neither of those kids was Meek kids. What would have happened if Meek would have gave them $100 and one of them kids would have went and popped some perks and OD'd? He would have gave them $1,000. Them kids would have went and popped some perks and OD'd. What then? What then? I want to know what then. What does he do then? Somebody explain to me, what do Meek Mills do after he goes and gives them kids $1,000 and some 10-year-old kid, 11-year-old kid? Appreciate you, Carithia Jones, with the $10 drop. She said, love your energy, bro. Positive vibes from Detroit. It's your favorite paramedic, C. Jones. Hashtag salute. Salute C. Jones with the $10 drop. C. Jones pulls up. Carithia Jones. I hope I'm saying her name right. Carithia Jones pulls up into the saloon. I don't want strangers giving my kid money either, Tyson Garcia. But like I said, because I want to know how that my kids have money, where they get the money from. I want to know all of that stuff. That stuff is important to me. Kids don't have no sense. I don't want my kid just running around with a pocket full of damn money. I don't know. I don't understand people nowadays. Garethia Jones pulls up into the saloon. I do not know how to walk like a lady. I'm gonna do my best attempt. She comes into the saloon. She's swaying her hips. She's like, boom. Guys are like, oh. You see guys like, whoa. Their legs is going up. She goes, boom. You see guys like this. Whoa. Their legs is going up on that side. They falling out of their chairs. She goes up to the bartender. She says, hey, big fella. He says, who told you? She says, hey, big fella. I'm going to go chill over here in the smoking section. Can you send me over some champagne? He says, you know what? For tonight and tonight only, we giving away bottles of champagne for 10 glasses of champagne. This shit's expensive. Glasses of champagne for $10. Tonight and tonight only. $10. Glasses of champagne. Califia Jones goes over to BBN West. The smoking section. Sits down with some sits down with the fellas. Who's in the smoking section today? We got James S. James S. paid for somebody to get into the smoking section with him. Forgot who it was. I think the person is still in here if I see the name. James S. and Tyson Garcia is in the smoking section, chilling. Califia Jones. I know you got them curves, baby girl. Tonight and tonight only, you get a glass of champagne in a tall ass flute, tall ass glass flute. $10 and $10 only. Tonight. Let's get 5 to 6 more $10 drops to the Cash App. Let's go. I always say the Cash App. Y'all donate it over there all the time. Boy, I don't care. I mean, I do, but you know, fuck it. It is what it is. Let's go. Yeah, but like, that's a Soleil. That's what I'm trying to say though. Why do everybody want strangers giving their kids money? Like, I grew up in the day and age that you don't accept nothing from strangers. Now all of a sudden people is looking for strangers. I grew up in the day and age that, you know, stay away from them rape vans. I grew up in that day and age. Don't talk to strangers. I grew up in that day and age. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand this. He asked him twice. And then the other dude tried to help them out. And they still gave, come on, man. The hell? Always prefer the Cash App. You here? You new here, Califia? You been here a minute. Always prefer the Cash App. And it's not because YouTube takes 30% of all drops to the jump off. It's because we are currently in a hotel. So I would prefer not to give YouTube 30%. But, you know, it is what it is. I'll eventually get it. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to talk about. I grew up in a day and age that you don't talk to strangers, even if they celebrities. Look, Justin Angel. Justin with an E. Do you have to tell people that? I'm curious. Do you be talking to people that be like, yo, and this is my friend Justin, and Justin says, with an E. What? Like, what? What is he talking about? Like, my name's Justin. And you gotta do the pause and shit and move in a little bit closer. Like, my name is Justin with an E. Like, what in the hell? Tyson Garcia says, you would have thought those kids lived in a third world country the way they was on that car. They was on that car like they got drug problems. What the fuck? Like, no, I don't understand why nobody's noticing that. He said all the time. Shout out to Justin. He might fit in well here. They was on that car like they got drug problems, man. Come on, man. They was on that car like they got drug problems. Wait, hold on. Nobody might not know what the Cash App is. I'm telling people to go to the Cash App. Nobody probably don't even know what the Cash App is. Hold on. Tyson Garcia says, yeah, for sure, you and Jack changed my mind on this. The way Jack explains it makes it seem like he did right by them. Yo, you can't be just giving little kids money. I don't know where you guys is coming from. All of the people that think that you need to just be giving little kids money, I don't know where you guys is coming from. You should not just be randomly giving little kids money. I grew up in the day and age where if you wanted to give a little kid money, you had to give it to their parent. Like, let's say you was at a relative's house and a relative wanted to give you money. They either had to give you the money in front of your parent or give it to your parent to give to you. I grew up in that day and age. Sometimes you got the money, sometimes you didn't. But I grew up in that day and age. I didn't grow up in this day and age where people were just running around giving little kids money. Parents might be sending them out to beg, but that's not begging. They were selling water. It's not begging. They were selling water. But and just so we can be cool, I'm perfectly fine with the kids selling water for whatever their purposes is. I'm hoping they're not using drugs, but I'm purposely fine with kids selling water. I don't have no issue, no problem with that. Thank you, Tyson Garcia. Tyson Garcia says, facts, Frost. My pops will hold the bread to give to me. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I just lived in a different day and age. I don't understand. I don't understand why anybody is even angry at freaking dude to begin with. I don't even see that. I don't see any reason to be angry at him. I don't see zero reason to be angry. That's just me, though. Nobody's parent always gave them the money. What the fuck, nigga? That's not even something to be upset over. No one's parent always gave you all the money. What are you talking about? Nobody's parent gave you all the money. You can't even tell me they did. Get out of here. At least I don't think nobody's parent ever always gave them all the money, because everybody says that their parent never gave them all the money. I think people just, I think Meek has communication issues that have created a situation. Okay, so some chick left a dope ass comment on my page right here, and I'm just gonna reply back to her because she can get it. She can absolutely get it. Shout out to homegirl. 9 times out of 10, she lives like in another country. Every time I meet some chick, I'm like, shorty's a whole baddie. I'm just, hey, I got time. She live like in a whole nother country. I'm like, yeah, dang it, I'm getting too old for this shit. I think people just hate Meek. That's a fact. I think people just hate Meek. The reason why I don't want to use the word beg, because I think that the type of culture that we live in now, especially with the proliferation, with the new way of funding, like crowd. Okay, so basically all YouTube channels, almost all social media personalities is crowdfunding. Just so you know. Almost all social media people are crowdfunding. Right? Like, perfect example. I'm going to give you an example right now. What do you think you guys are doing? And I'm not talking about the drops. Obviously, the drops is what the drops is. But what do you think you guys are really doing when y'all pull up to the BBN store and cop something? This is another way of crowdfunding. It just so happens that me, myself, is the type of individual that when you put money into the BBN network, I put that money back into the product. That's why when you look at what I'm doing and you see that I'm doing so many different things, that's why. Just so we can be clear. I think these are the best. These might be my favorite leggings that we got, because how large we was able to get the frost on that leg right there. And as you can see, if you look at the bottom right there, that's the BBN right there, that's the logo. I think these are my favorite leggings so far, the Harlem ones like this. Boom. I think these are super lit. I think these are my favorite ones so far. These are super lit. Shout out to the Harlem merch. Shout out to the Harlem merch just in general. I think the Harlem merch is what the hell's going on? Yes, I'm a human. What in the hell? What are y'all doing? Wait, click the image. What I gotta look for? Bikes. What the hell happened? You looking for bikes? Okay, now we're looking for boats. That look like a boat over there. There go another one. Containing a boat. There go another one. I don't know what that is. That don't look like a boat though. What in the fuck? Containing boats. There go a boat. There go another boat. Why they making me do this stupid shit? Anyway, I really like the Harlem merch. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think the Harlem merch is lit. The Harlem merch is lit. I think this is I like all the merch, but I think the Harlem merch, I don't know. I think I hit it. I think I hit this merch out the park. I think I knocked this merch out the park. I think the Harlem merch got knocked out the park. It's just my opinion. I think the Harlem merch is lit. And we got stickers. Anyway. What do I know? Let's go back. Yeah, so basically all channels are crowdfunded. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of this stuff that we actually, the reason why we have what the fuck? The reason why we even have websites and all this other things that we have going on is because of you guys. I wouldn't be able to do half of this stuff if y'all wasn't doing drops, if y'all wasn't copying merch, if y'all wasn't resharing the channel and doing all the things that y'all do. I wouldn't be able to do half of this stuff. I mean, like, you know, some of this stuff I'd still be able to do. Don't get it confused. But, I mean, a lot of this stuff that I'm doing, I wouldn't be able to do without you guys. That's a fact. That's a fact. I wouldn't be able to do most of this stuff if not for you guys. All YouTube content creators is crowdfunded. That's why I don't want to use the word beg. Because I don't think it's... I think that in this new culture that we live in, begging is something different. You understand what I'm saying? Like, in this new culture that we living in, begging is something different. Because the way that we make money now is just totally different. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the way money is made now is different. Like, what do you think these rappers and these people that's on IG is doing? They're getting crowdfunded, right? When they talk about we got these products that we selling y'all, it's the same thing. They think everybody got a Cash App. It's the same thing. With that being said, we are accepting 5 to 6 more $10 drops to the Cash App. I wouldn't be able to keep this stuff up if y'all didn't do drops. What you talking about? Right now, stop, Justin Angel. Nobody never seen you. We don't know who you are. You just popped up in here today. Just settle in. Stop acting like you've been here for a dumb long time. You haven't been commenting. We appreciate you commenting now. And if you are a long time, first time, that's great also. But all the trolls come in here and be like, I've been here forever. And we already spot them, see them, and put them right on the list to get kicked. I do need to get my jump off on Apple Music. That's a fact. But I don't think this is what I want to put on Apple Music. If I start doing Apple Music, it's going to be something else. You understand? If I move over to those mediums, it needs to be something else. And I have an idea. I just need to I need to get my team a little bit more well-rounded. We get a little bit more well-rounded. We can use an extra person or two. Because there is a thing. There is an idea and there is a thing that I have. I do have an idea that I think will smash. Yeah, they're on everything. We got to move to everything also. But I have an idea that I think is going to kill. But, gotta wait. I don't know. I think I'd be too patient. Not for nothing. I think I'd be too patient. I think I'm so patient, sometimes people think I don't want it. That's what I think. I think I'm just patient. No, don't kick him. You don't know no better. I don't know. It might be a troll, but let him actually troll before we decide. Dang it. I spend more time on Instagram watching chicks dance than anything else. I don't think I do, and I think that's the main thing I do on Instagram is just watch chicks dance. I'm not that serious. All I do on Instagram is watch chicks dance. It's like the main thing I do on Instagram. Shout out to Instagram. But I do have a person that we might be able to... I got some idea. I got a plan. Dude, if I had a female in my life right now that was motivating me, we might already be on national television. If I had a female in my life that was motivating me, homeboy, we might actually be on national television by now. Right, I'm telling you. If I had some right now, if I had a female in my life that was like motivating me or was like that, like, you know what I'm saying? Well, we'd be on. If I had a female in my life that could help me do some of this shit, shit, I'd be fucking national television by now. I'd be on CNBC like this. Look, you rat bastards. They be like, oh wait, we can't. The FCC, they said we can't do that. Are you sure? I don't think rats are cursed. Okay, you bastards. Just telling you. I had a woman in my life that was motivating me to. Why you think when that dude fucking the person that used to work with me on this channel, why do you think he so busy and so hard trying to get all the other channels to make sure all women hate me? Why do you think he's trying to do that? Because he saw what I was doing when I had a girlfriend. He saw my motivation. He saw my drive. He saw the shit I was creating. He saw the shit I was doing when I actually had a girlfriend. I will never not hate that guy. I hate when I like something by accident. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with no chick that is a floozy, for one. And two, have you met me? I'm pretty particular, and I only like what I like. I think I'm too particular sometimes, to be honest with you. I think I need to be a little bit less particular. I'd be like, fuck it, I'd rather just be alone. Because if I don't want to have sex with you, I can't be. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes some people just, you know, sleep with somebody because they be like, damn, you know, I just want to have sex. Anybody could do. Anybody is not gonna do for me. I'm not gonna, like, okay, so we're gonna get out of here, but I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not even gonna say that. All I'm gonna say is anybody is not gonna do for me. Like, anybody's just not gonna do. I would rather not do it. Let me be honest with you. If I don't look at you and want to do everything, to you, I probably don't want to do nothing to you. Just keep it a stack. Just keeping it a stack. If I don't look at you and want to do everything to you, then I probably don't want to do nothing. Jody, who's Jody? Oh, I ain't got time for that. Leave Meek alone. Why y'all be getting on Meek so much? He be deserving it sometime, but not all the time. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna let y'all go. Pull up for morning coffee. Don't forget, go to the website. Also, go cop some BBN merch, y'all. Excuse me. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm over here laughing about some stupid shit. I appreciate y'all. Pull up for morning coffee. Shout out to Meek. I think that he did the right thing to not give those kids money. Just so we could be clear, I think he did the right thing. I think if those kids would have gave him a good reason, then maybe I feel a little bit different. But I don't think those kids gave him a reason. I 100% think Meek is still hurt over Nicki. Alright? I don't think that's a weakness of Meek's though. That's probably the greatness of Nicki. Right? I don't even like dragging Meek because he might still be missing Nicki or still want Nicki or whatever the case is. But that's me though. Shout out to Young Thug. I don't think he meant to disrespect Jay-Z. That's why you didn't really hear me talking about it like that. You ain't really hear me talking about it like, oh man, he tried to disrespect. Because I don't think he meant to disrespect Jay-Z. I think he slipped up when he was speaking. Just so we can be clear. I think he was talking, he slipped up. He fucked up. That's it. I don't think that's what he meant. I think he meant something else. I think he was just trying to explain that he has great music and he believes that his music could go against anybody's music. And you should feel that way. But it seems like he has the same issue T.I. had as far as trying to fly to the sun with wings made of wax and feathers. No, I don't think that'd be sad if Meek was still broken up over or messed up over Nicki. Why? If we could believe that some people are meant to be together forever, why can't we believe that some people, when you lose them, it's gonna hurt for a long time? If it's one way, it has to be the other also, right? Hey, if you got anybody still awake in your household tonight, please give them a hug. Tell them you love them. You don't never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Give people their flowers while they're still here today. Also, when we wake up in the morning, one of the first things that we want to do is drink water. One of the first things we want to do when we wake up in the morning is drink, not this much water. You're going to be in the bathroom. But the first thing we want to do when we wake up in the morning is drink water. So make sure that you have some water in the morning. One of the first things that you put into your body. With that being said, yo, look, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I wouldn't be able to do any of this shit without y'all guys. I think y'all gonna be very happy with what's gonna be coming into the new year. I think y'all gonna be very happy, very, very, very happy. Also, on New Year's, we might be at a radio station. Boom, 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 boom. So we might be at this radio station on New Year's. I've gotten an invite by a rapper. I'm not going to tell you who the person is yet. The person has about, I think they have a blue check and I think about 200K on IG. So they're known. So I got an invite, and on the 1st, I'm supposed to be at a radio station. I got an invite. Also, I want to say, give a shout out to Mr. Swipey. If y'all don't know who Mr. Swipey is, that's Meek Mill's artist. Shout out to Mr. Swipey. Met the dude. He's pretty cool, pretty cool guy. Hopefully we'll be able to have an interview or something like that in the future with him. I'll look into that and see if that could happen. If we could probably do a live interview if he gonna pull up to a studio that I might be able to get into, or when they doing a video shoot or something. I actually was invited to a video shoot recently. I couldn't make it for reasons, bullshit ass reasons. We gotta get out of this hotel. But shout out to Mr. Swipey. Shout out to just shout out to y'all guys. Like, I wouldn't be able to do none of this shit without y'all. I appreciate everybody that stuck around. I appreciate everybody that likes the content. And believe me when I tell you, we got a long way to go, but you're gonna enjoy the trip. You're gonna enjoy the trip. Sometimes the scenic route is beautiful. Like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one.